and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie, Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're doing our sip and craft, and I thought I would share some information with you. We're going to do some crafting, but I thought I would share some information with you. They've actually done studies now proving that crafting is good for you. Believe it or not. Yeah, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, love to hear him. He's always on the cutting edge of what's best for best, you know. He's a brain surgeon and all that. Anyways, he talks about it on a podcast that he does. So I thought I would go over a few of the highlights. Now you can go and, I don't know the name of his podcast. Something about life. I don't know. Anyways, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, podcast on crafting, and I'm sure I'll bring it up for you. So I thought I would go over some of the wonderful benefits of crafting, right? Mental health benefits. He emphasizes that crafting can be a powerful tool for managing stress and promoting overall well-being. Of course, now we know these things, right? We know these things, but it's good to hear it from scientists, or you know, it's a validation, I guess, all right? Stress reduction, excuse me. He notes that crafting can help lower stress hormone cortisol, leading to a sense of peace and relaxation. Of course it does. We already know these things, right? Happiness and satisfaction. Studies have shown that positive correlation between crafting and people's self-reported level of happiness, satisfaction, and overall well-being. See, we know these things. When you finish a journal or a project or something, you feel really good about it, right? A social connection. Engaging in crafting activities, whether alone in a group, can enhance social connections, which are essential for mental health. That's what we do. We connect with each other. We hang out. Okay. It's encouragement to explore our creativity. Dr. Gupta encourages people to explore their creative side and try new things, even if they don't consider themselves artistic. You know, he said even coloring a page, you know, like a coloring page, and doing that helps. So if you don't feel like pulling out all your craft supplies and stuff, just get some colored pencils or even crayons, whatever you want to do, and color. It helps you feel better. It does. Other benefits. Crafting can also provide a sense of achievement and expression through creation, and it can help people cope with emotions and bounce back from adversity. Yep. Sometimes when we get that day where we get news that's just a gut punch, you know, a hard thing to deal with, crafting can help us get through it. It does for me. So, and then he talks about it's important to keep arts in the schools and encourage young people to be creative, because, you know, they need it too. They do. We think all their kids, you know, no, they need it too. Believe me. As a special ed teacher, I know for sure kids need a way to express themselves, and being creative is a great way for them to work through a lot of emotions, a lot of frustrations, a lot of things that they need to work through. Seriously. Finding joy in the process. He encourages people to focus on the joy and satisfaction of creation rather than striving for perfection. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going for the ish thing, right? Just get it the best you can and move on. Because it's going to be pretty in the end anyways. It's going to be awesome. And the community support. Now, I know I'm working on that. I'm trying to get us all together. We share things sometimes in the Facebook group page, which is great when you guys do that, because there's a lot of good positive feedback that you get when you do that. If we could get together and all hang out in the same place at the same time, that would be awesome. And I'm working on something like that. In the future, I want to do some, I don't know, I know other people do, like, they go to workshops and different things like that, right? Well, I can't do that because we all live far away. But we could do an online virtual hangout where we have fun and make a craft project and, you know, work through the whole thing, and we're all sort of in that time. You know, you can ask questions, I can answer them right then. You know, we work through it all together. I'm working on that. It's in the future, believe me. Okay, so we're doing this today. We're sipping and we're crafting. This box is going to be awesome when I'm finished with it. I'm telling you, it is. Okay, so today I'm going to put the back panel on, and then I'm going to show you how I did this. This turned out so pretty. And if you want this shape, what I did was I sort of made a template, and this is cut out on faux leather, and then I put stuff on it, right? If you want this shape, if you're going to do one of these, let me know, and I'll send you the shape. It's just, it is what it is. So anyways, we're going to put this on here because I want the back to match the front. Yeah. So I'm going to put this on here and then put it on there. That's all technical, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. That's what I'm saying. Sure I am. As soon as I find my doohickey. So, yeah, we can craft and feel good about ourselves and move on with things, right? I think there's been times when I've gotten news or information that just, it was a little more than a person can handle kind of thing, you know? But if you can get into doing something like this, something creative, it helps you deal with it. It lowers your stress. It helps you deal with things a little bit at a time. Have you heard that old saying, inch by inch it's a cinch, yard by yard it's really hard? Well, I think that's the premise behind, if you're crafting, your brain can deal with things inch by inch instead of the whole big enchilada at the same time, because that'll choke you. Just saying. So I think that's the whole thing behind it, is that we need to deal with it a little at a time, and doing something like this really does help. And I don't mean just this. I don't mean just paper crafting. We do a lot of things. I do a lot of things. I'm still planning that fabric book. I have to get all my stuff together, right? But I'm still planning that. We're going to do some embroidery. We're going to do some different things, but all crafting, right? I remember a couple years ago on my channel, I made a journal, and even one of the pages, excuse my reach, had crochet around the edge of the page. That's really pretty, and crochet's not hard, guys. If you ever wanted to do something that's really easy, just to keep your hands busy and something like that, crochet. Now there's some really fancy stitches you can do and stuff like that, and if you want to go into that, go on ahead. But just the basic simple stitches, so easy, you barely have to think about it, and you're just doing the needle in and out, you know, just simple and easy. So yeah, just crafting is crafting. I have knitted before, but it's just not really my thing. I think I knitted some booties once, and I thought I didn't just enjoy that as much as, you know, other things I do. I don't know. We get that way, right? We pick and choose what we really, really like and all that, right? So, yeah. crafting is scientifically good for you. I like that. Yeah, I like to listen to Sanjay Gupta. He is really, now he's not somebody that will be incredibly entertaining, but he's full of information. I'm not saying he's not entertaining. He's not boring, but he's more to the facts of things, you know. But yeah, he does all that brain surgery stuff, and I think what he's a neurosurgeon, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, he's a really smart dude that knows stuff. Anyways, that's, you know, pretty cool. Okay, we're just going to get this on the back, and then we'll go to the inside. But I wanted to get some more progress made on this. I know I haven't made the journal yet, but you know, I'm working on it. I'm gonna. So here we go. Try to get it on there straight-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let me make sure this is the top. Okay. So I want it to be centered-ish. It's kind of hard to see when I'm not straight down over it. And when you're not on camera, you can be not straight down over it. You can be there, and you know, I just don't want to stick my head in the. You don't need to see my head. You need to see what I'm doing, right? So let's get this one on there. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that bit of fringe hanging out there. You know, to me it gives it that shabby chic vintage look, and I like that. So now if you don't like that, then don't do this. But if you like that, this is how I can say I do it, you know. Okay, all right. Nice. Now it's just the back of the book, but you want it to look nice too. The back of the book. It's the back of the box. Book box. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, I've got a couple of these cut to put in here, okay? This one's going to go in here like so. But I thought before I did that, I'm being, you know, extra creative today. I wanted to put this, it was a little wet when I stuck it on there. I wanted to put this on here as sort of a little bow-ish kind of thing, right? On both of them, so that it's, I don't know, I'm just, like I said, just a little bit of extra something. But I wanted to do, let me get my, one of the things I like about this ruler is that you can find your center, right? Because it's got that 0 in the exact middle. And then you can say, hey, it's that much, and that's the center, more or less. I mean, I don't expect it to be perfectly perfect, but I'm going to put a hole somewhere there. And see, that's down a little bit far, but okay. We're going to do it a little bit up from there, right? And again, the only reason I'm using this one is that it's here, right? Because it's, you can use whatever you want to use. You can use an all, you know. Come on, get out of there. Okay. I'll set it aside. I've got another one to do, but yeah. Okay, scissors. Get the rest of that off of there. Because I wanted to put, like I did these, I wanted to put a thing. And I don't know if I want to put a flower on it per se, just a brad. And I might need to cut that because it's going to be too long. So let me do that. I've got some extra, you know, extra heavy-duty scissors that I use for this. I don't want it to jump around, if that makes sense. There. And over here. Still don't, no, there it is. Those things you just don't want to jump around, and I don't want it to get in my tea. I mean, really. It's a thing, right? Okay, so now I've got that, like so. And it's going to go on here, just there-ish, you know, just to make a little, I mean, it's not a, it's just a thing I thought would be pretty. Okay, I think that's just, you know, it's cute. Simple, yeah. Okay, let's see here. And it also kind of covers up the part where you met your border around. This is just one of the background pages, and I put that seam binding. It's a herringbone seam binding, 1/2 inch thing. Okay, so we're going to put this on the inside, top of the box. This is going to be such a pretty box to hold that pretty journal that I haven't made yet. But, you know, it's good to have things that, you know, you got to do this and you got to do that, and it's going to get done. It's going to be a really beautiful journal, I think. The papers are pretty. How can it not be, right? I think so. Okay, let's bring this back in, and I'm just going to kind of open it up one way or the t'other. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. This is the top, so hopefully you can see most of what I'm doing. It's not going to help. Okay, I'm trying here, peoples. Okay, yeah, I just need to get some, you know, glue on this. But yeah, these book boxes are cute, and you know, doing paper crafting is all kinds of fun. I love doing it, but sometimes I love to do it in different ways, right? Making wall boards or book boxes or lots of ors. I gotta double check myself. Yep, it's still the top. It is. So yeah, don't do that. Come on now. Don't do that either. It's trying to crumple up on me here. And I don't want it to. Okay. By putting the, get out of the way. By putting the, yeah, now you can see everything, right? By putting the seam binding around it, it gives you a nice border, and I don't know, to me it gives it more of that vintage look. Really? Okay. Now, we've got one more to get off. Okay. Yep, I like to do all kinds of crafts. It's good for you. Other people are realizing that now too, even the science world, which I'm very interested in, the science world. Yeah. So get this in here. I want that to be sitting right down in there because that's going to be really pretty. Open the box and, you know, that's pretty. Okay, now we have another one, and I'm going to do the same thing to the, make the little bow thing at the bottom, and it'll sit right in there. Pretty, huh? Okay, we're getting there. This box is going to be awesome, so I definitely have to make the journal. Okay, where's that ruler? Gotta find my center again. I don't know, I like to find it. Do it the best you can. Somewhere near the middle is what we're going for. Right there-ish. Okay. Now, bring out the big chompy again. Yeah, this one's here. The other one's, it's just too big to go on my desk up there where I sit and rest and, you know, craft. It's what I do. So, it lives back here. And, yeah, let me get the rest of that off. For some reason, there's always a little string that holds on to something, you know. Anyways, alright, now, yeah, I'm gonna chomp this before I put it on there this time. Because I know I'm going to have to. I mean, this one's a little bit, it doesn't need as much off, we'll say. And of course it folded instead of, you know, come on you. Okay, now. Yeah, if you have some old heavy-duty scissors, they used to be, I think, you know, kitchen scissors or something like that. Something that you've made the best use out of already. That's got a sharp piece on it. I have to be careful about that. Okay. So, yeah, they make really good utility scissors. Alright, let's see if we can separate those. Don't puncture myself. Yeah. I'm going to need something to press that down with, because I don't want it to be poking any which way. Okay, that works. Okay, now we're going to put this on the bottom of that. And it'll cut, I mean, you barely can see it anyways, but I don't know. It's just a thought, an idea, a thing that I wanted to do, right? Let me see which way I want to put this. Like so, right? Ish. Somewhere in the middle. Oh, that wasn't quite in the middle. But we'll live with it now because we've already done it. It'll be fine. Okay. Now this time, hopefully you'll be able to see more of what I'm doing. When I bring this back in, I know this is the bottom. Yep, that's the top. This is the bottom. So, yep, gonna take off the, get that out of my way. I'm gonna take off I overlapped a little bit, and that's why that's doing that. Then you can just press that back down and the tape will be on the tape and it'll be fine. Okay. Now. Yep. Get some glue on it and here we go. Yeah, just whatever book box you're using, just measure out how big you want your inside matted pieces. I mean, you don't even have to use, you can use fabric. You don't have to use paper. Yeah, just whatever you want to do. Use whatever's in your stash. That's what I'm doing. But, you know, papers. This kit is so pretty till I had to, you know. I had to. Don't stick my head in the camera. Really. That's a thing, dude. Get it as straight-ish as possible. Let me get this up. Okay. As straight-ish as possible. Yep, that's going to be fine. Okay. So, without sticking my head in the camera, we're going to get this off. Okay. Whew. Sometimes these little jobs can get to be a big job, but you know, it's just going to be pretty. And what a display this would make, right? You can make these kind of things for gifts, or just to have something pretty in your house, you know, that kind of thing. That's awesome. Okay, and you don't have to look for imperfections. Look at how pretty it is without looking for it to be perfect, right? Okay, next I got to show you how to do that other thing, because I'm going to put those on the, I've got these ones made, and I'll kind of show you what I'm, see on this, we're going to put this like so. So it will come around front and back, right? Just a little bit of pretty there on the, sort of in the middle of the this and the this, right? So I just think it'll be pretty. So it's time to do some sipping, because we got a big job done already. Something wrong with my straw. Okay. All right, so we're gonna make these. I'm going to show you how to make these. We've already got them made, of course. But what I did was, when I cut the shape out, I went around it thinking, oh, I can do some like faux stitching with some, yeah, with, I think it was a gel pen. And you can do that. It would look just nice that way. But me being me, I thought, well, I want it to be a little more, you know, I want it to be a little more, and I thought about putting lace around it. You can do, if you want to put lace around it, that's nice. But I had this big old roll of this stuff, and I thought, I wonder if I could put that on there. Turns out I can. So, of course, I use my glue gun, not my glue gun. I use this one, the hot glue gun, if that makes sense. It goes on really quick and easy, so super nice. And I might use this second set for the actual journal, you know, so they have a little bit of matchy-matchy going on. And if you're worried about using a glue gun, and burning your fingers, you can use these silicone fingertips, and they save your fingers. I have, in years gone by, I have blistered my fingers. I mean, a big, you know, blister. It's not pretty. So don't think that it's just because somebody's new, or a seasoned professional can burn themselves with a glue gun, okay? This one is better. anything that's got a fine tip, you know, it works better for me anyways. So that's pretty nice to have that fine tip nozzle. And I know there are lots of companies now that are coming out with those. So I think Sizzix has one. This one is a Sure Bonder. Yeah, I didn't really think that, oh, that doesn't matter, you know. Years ago I used to think, well, you know, that doesn't matter. It's just glue, you know, it's hot glue. You're just putting it on stuff. And it does kind of matter though. You get the bigger nozzle and you've got a bigger stream of glue that you're dealing with. So just saying, it does matter. That little bitty stream of glue is a lot easier to work with than that big old glob of stuff that comes out of the bigger ones. Just saying. See what I'm saying? It goes on quick and easy, super simple to do. Yeah. And then you just go on and embellish however you want. Now, use what's in your stash. If you're doing this, just use what's in your stash, because really, I've had these things for ages. And sometimes I pull them out and use them, and sometimes I forget I have them, and you know, that kind of thing. That's what you do with your stash, right? You forget you had it, and you go, oh, I've got some of those, you know? So, yeah. Then you get it right up there to where you want it, and snip it off. Hopefully there's enough to meet in the middle there. There is. And, yeah, just put a little bit of glue where you need it. Finish the job. Hold it there a second. Get all your glue strings out of the way, because that's a thing, right? Okay, now, but yeah, I did that, and it's pretty. Just like that, it's pretty, okay? That needs to scooch over a little bit. Okay, we'll live with that. And then use whatever embellishments you have. You can put lace, a little piece of lace here. I just had, like I said, I had these. They're in my stash. There's a bunch of them, so I used those. And they have a hole right in the middle of the 3 flowers. So the brad goes down in there really nicely. So just saying, you know, right like so, in there. And they cut apart really easy. So just saying, they just, you know, like that and that, and you've got one. You don't have to worry about that being too long, because you're going to poke it through there. What I'm going to do, oops, careful man. What I'm going to do is, with my handy dandy 0 on my ruler, I'm going to see if I can get this somewhere in the middle. I think when I did the other ones, I actually did a, I did it before I put these on. Yeah. But we can work with what we're working with. Okay, I want it to be right there. Okay, and that's what we're going to work with, is right there. Just fold it. If I'm in camera, you can see what I'm doing. Fold it in half, right? I tell you, sometimes just, you know, you forget about staying in shot, because it's a thing. Okay, let me see. I gotta see where my dot is. Nope. It come unfolded properly. It needs to stay exactly where I want it to stay. Yep. Now. Okay. Now we got it. Yep, there's always something that holds on. When you're doing something with fabric-y stuff, it'll hold on, you know. and you just snip it off. Okay, now we've got this one. We're just going to put that right in there. Pretty, right? And fold our prongs out. And that holds that in there, ready to go on to something, right? Okay. One more. And we'll put these on. Need one of these. But yeah, it's a fun, crafty little thing to do. It's not rocket science, but it's good for you. Right? It's good for you. Crafting is good for you. I feel all kinds of validated now. Okay, so see? Pretty simple, pretty easy. Just thinking outside the box a little bit, you know. Okay. Now we're gonna put those ones on. I want it to be centered here, so I am going to use the hot glue to do this. I know that's really close, but it is what it is. Take a sip first. Okay, so on this, I'm just going to do because I want to get this one placed on here and on here, centered, yep, right, like so, right, so that it's, if you get it on one side, then your other side's gonna, ooh, I'm gonna turn that around a little bit, because I don't want it to, you do have to watch the prongs. If you're turning a corner with them, move them out of the way, right? Okay, then we'll have that over here. Okay. Sorry I'm too close, but I'm working on a thing to not be too close. Okay. Okay, there we go. That is so cute. So cute. Gosh, guys. When this thing gets finished, it's going to be beyond awesome. And how pretty is that going to be to sit on a table or a shelf, or, I mean, you know, gosh. Okay, let's do it again, shall we? Oh, glue strings. Okay, all right. Let's see. This time I know to turn these around side-ish ways, because when they fold over here, if the thing's poking up here, it'll kind of make a poke up. If that makes any kind of sense at all. I hope it does, because in my little brain it does. Okay. Centered, 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 and centered. Yep. Okay. Oh, it's so cute. It really is. You guys have to make one of these. It's too cute not to. And it'll make you feel good. Now I'm going to be saying that forever, because, you know, science has proven that we're right. Okay, I have glue strings all over the world, okay? I'm going to have to, you know, tend to that in a minute. Oh, guys, this is so pretty. So pretty. Now, of course, we're going to have to use some more of these, for which I need to use this up. You get a whole bunch of this on a roll. I got that back when I was doing the Christmas ornaments, I think. Yeah, because it's pretty, right? So we've made a lot of progress now. We've got our inside front here. We've got our bottom here. We've got these made. Oh, we put our back on. Of course, we had to put a back on before we could put these on. Isn't that just pretty? Okay, I think it is. I hope you guys like it. Yeah, so stay crafty. Keep doing crafty things. It is good for you. Dr. Sanjay Gupta said so. Okay, you guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.